Here we are taking the mine tour on this episode of Large Person Wanderings. It's going to be quite the experience. We're actually walking up the path to go in the actual mill itself. Get a scale of how big this mill really is.
Here you can see the railroad track and some of the mine ore carts that were used in the Argo tunnel. You can see how big some of that stuff is, and also how it's not super big at the same time. Here you can see the power building and also the assaying office where they would use to sort out the ore and give a numeric value to it.
We had the water department come through our facility.
Here's where one of the large air compressors was that they used to pump fresh air into the Argo tunnel itself to hopefully get some fresh air to where the miners were.
So, watch feet. Here we are actually going in the tunnel itself.
Here we are at the end of the tunnel where they had a blowout, and the city had to come along and cap it so all of the rest of Idaho Springs wouldn't continue to flood.
So, how wide was the railroad track in this? Was it 2 feet?
I'm sorry?
How wide was the railroad track?
You know, that I'm really not too sure.
The stuff doesn't look too big.
It's really not. And if you look over there, that's probably about standard.
Okay.
Those stacked pieces right there.
So, assay office was.
We've got it made. We bought it from the miners. Now the Argo owns all the ore.
Here we are in the area where they bring the ore carts, where they get ready to tip them and then put them on a conveyor belt to take them up into the big hopper to be run through the crusher. This is a very unique piece of machinery. This is what's called a rotary ore car dump piece of machinery where it would flip the ore cars and put the ore on a conveyor belt. It made it very easy for the miners to offload their ore cars.
So, all in reality, we're looking at a ore elevator out in front of us.
This right here gives you a very loose example of a stamped mill. This really is just to kind of give you an idea of the way that the noise bounces off the walls. So it's going to get a little noisy here for a second. Here's an raster crusher.
Raster crusher.
That rotate around the bottom here, and attached to those 4 arms would have been heavy iron weights, sometimes bricks or boulders. And it just rotates around, crushing that soft ore. And then next to it here, you see this water hose. This is where they would start to add water as they're finishing up that last bit of crushing, mixing that water into that powder. Now we're creating that slurry or that mud consistency. Now that we have slurry, now we can add some very toxic chemicals to start to extract the metal.
God.
But they would hop up onto these little platforms in between these tables with their bucket of mercury, and they would spread that mercury kind of like peanut butter over top of these copper plates. Copper plates just let that mercury from soaking down into the wood tables and kept it up here on the surface. The mercury is highly attractive to gold and some other metals. So as that slurry would pour down over that mercury, all of the gold, not all, but some of the gold and those metals would mix into that mercury, creating amalgam. But all of that excess would fall here into the chalk. Cut up to incredible temperatures. All metals melt at a different temperature. So as those are melting, they were able to separate out all the different metals. And then that's where they would have made those gold bars, which is what most people think of when they think of pure gold. But back behind us, specifically right here in this area, because of this ball mill, there was also another crusher that sat back behind here that was damaged in the flood, unfortunately. But because of all of the noise that was created in this area, on average, these men were going completely deaf after about 50 minutes. First thing I thought was maybe at 30, 35. Very, very efficiently run. So,
These are original power stations for all this.
I'd like to point out our Widowmaker drill. So this Widowmaker drill we talked a little bit about in that air compressor.
Individually or part of a collective group?
No, individually.
Individually.
Yeah, okay. Usually that chemical that we move through there very quickly.
Oh yeah. Let's see what their equipment looks like. That's what a bigger size stamp mill looks like. Yeah, I hear ya. That was awesome. Yeah.
On this episode of Large Person Wanderings, Tommy and I took a mine tour of the Argo mill and tunnel tour. It was very interesting. It was very educational. It's also kind of a little scary at the same time. It's unimaginable the working conditions these people endured while they were being miners and processing the gold and metal ores that came out of the mountains during the time period. It's a unique thing. I would recommend seeing it if you're in the area. Might not be the best thing for little kids to go see, but it's still certainly worth seeing. As always, thank you for joining us on our various journeys on Large Person Wanderings. My name is Jerome Kress. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. And Jerome signing out.